This is a Chuki beat production.
Oh, he's going through his cards. Let's see what he's going to have. Ooh, Salugi's running that spicy one, the shock and awe. So let's see if our opponent here, if Indica ends up getting shock and odd. It's not really our opponent, but we were taking this matchup from Salugi's perspective.
This is a Chuki beat production.
So the options here are, there's a lot of different things that they could do. Coining Thanos and just getting rid of some of these guys would be great. Thanatos, sorry, not Thanos. Thanatos. And it looks like he immediately chose to kill the hyena. While the Tusky has more damage on it, that hyena will be able to grow outside of the 2 life total, which will mean that the second Thanos would not have the option to actually come down and kill this guy. He might want to even shock and awe this turn. Shock, silence the Oogway, and then also kill the pig. The other option would be something maybe along the lines of casting shock and awe and silencing the Oogway, and then doing 2 damage to it using the... what's her name? Why am I blanking on her right now? Nemesis. Nemesis, would have been able to also have it hit that Oogway from across the map. But you'd then lose that Thanatos. You'd be able to play your second Thanatos, though, to take out Oogway this turn. Yep. The score is 1-1, but Salugi does have a leeway currently of 1 round because of the fact that he came from the winners bracket, whereas Indica came from the losers bracket. Alright, looks like we're dropping Enyo. Now what she does is she makes a flag, very, similar to what Suitor does. It gives every unit that you control around it +1 damage, but it also does the second thing, where it actually acts as a second summoning stone, allowing you to place your minions when you cast them around it, as opposed to your summoning stone, which means with its current location, you're able to place your units right in front of your opponent's summoning stone. Alright, Calamity comes down, drawing Indica a card, and stopping that Enyo from causing any damage this turn. Alright, so it is a hyena, and then pass the turn. And as you'll be able to see, here they didn't have to cast this card close to our opponent's side of the wrap, but, we have the option to do so if we choose. Alright. And that flag is going to be doing a lot of extra damage here, potentially. Ooh. Let's see where this Dragon King goes. Straight down the middle. We've now killed the new summoning point. We've also killed our Arachnia. And also done damage to the opponent's summoning stone. So Indica, was able to wipe out that line and do 6 damage to the summoning stone. Meaning that if they have something like Inferno, for instance, in their deck, Salugi could just be dead. So Inferno would just end this game here. Fire Giant, can stand in the way for a little while here. Unfortunately, none of those Fire Imps are actually going to be able to reach the opponent's summoning core here for Indica. So Salugi's summoning stone is safe for this turn. Alright. So it looks like a Brontis, unfortunately, was picked up, and an Argus in these recent turns. Meaning they're not going to be able to get any bonuses, unfortunately, for him. Because he cannot activate them with no gods in hand. And we only have one god. Salugi only has one god in play, meaning that if Salugi wants to use the hero power,
This is a Chuki
we know exactly where it's going.
You're listening to Redneck.
Now, Salugi could think about potentially playing Shock and Awe to get the banner into play, and then attacking with Enyo as well as the Spider with that banner to kill the Fire Giant this turn. It looks like we're not going to take that playline, though. Maybe we still will. Okay. Saving Shock and Awe this time and just attacking with the 1-3 range is also a very good option. Alright. Every turn, Indica could, for instance, draw Inferno. I don't know if Indica is playing Inferno, but it is a card that would just end this game on the spot. Alright. Now, if Indica does not have Inferno in their deck, and, you know, they don't have any way to deal with some of these creatures in play, it's looking actually very badly for Indica. Alright, Indica does have a 4-4 to follow up with. Alright, and it looks like Salugi is drawn a god finally. Which can be very important to actually have somewhere to spend that 2 mana for the hero power every turn. You know. And what you can see Salugi doing here is counting out all of their mana for their entire turn before they play anything. So Salugi, you know, counted 3 for Argus, 3 for Cilia, 2 for the poison, buff Cilia probably. Probably not buff Cilia, but if you had 10 mana, that's what, you know, that's what the last mana would go to, for instance. You know, so instead they skipped on the Argus to kill the Tusky instead. Alright. The important thing also about getting this god into play was that both Brontises were actually able to grow in size, and Salugi was able to pick up a Divine Vengeance off of the Argus. This deck is entirely built around getting gods into play. So when you're lacking the gods in play, it can become very bad quickly for them. Oh man! Didn't leave the core protected! And Indica was able to slip in 6 damage! You know, this game is very close to being ended either way. You know, any Manifold Blade off the top just straight up kills Salugi here. Suku got that damage in. It's really important also to play that Basilisk first, because that 6 damage as opposed to 5 means that even if the board is wiped here, Manifold Blade just ends it.
You're listening to Redneck.
Okay.
This is a
So Salugi did not choose to move into that third bottom lane. So the core is now exposed on the bottom corner of the Summoning Stone. Meaning that another Suku, another hasted unit could end this game now, too. You know, a mercenary, you know, fire imp. Alright. So 2 Sukus were played, so we're not worried about the Suku. Okay, Salugi needs to figure out an answer to this Hydra. They do have 2 range units, so that could be 2 damage to the Hydra, for instance. Divine Vengeance could be another damage. Poseidon could be damage instead. Athena could do some damage to it instead, too. But the problem with Gleaming Hydra is that it takes 5 hits. It will only take damage in increments of 1 unless it is silenced. Alright, and Salugi decided to go with the Shock and Awe to silence the Hydra and then get it dead. Now, Indica has no more cards in hand. So they're really hoping to draw action, creatures that will come into play and will be able to live through this 3-4. Alright, it doesn't look like an action card came up this time, so they made a Blade in past turn. So now Salugi just needs to be able to get that damage done as fast as possible to end this game. Salugi is making great use of the tool at the bottom corner there. That magnifying glass, if you click it, will take you to what has been played this game that is in the graveyard, what is is currently in your hand, and what is left in your deck. And you can also look at what is your opponent's graveyard. So, for instance, if you're looking to see if your opponent throws the coin or not, taking a look down there is a great way to do it.